An independent panel has found that UEFA has, quotes, primary responsibility for the failings at the Champions League final in Paris that involved Liverpool fans being tear-gassed without reason and almost led to a disaster. It's serious stuff. Where are we going with this morning, Simon? So many questions being asked, not least, does an inevitable apology from UEFA suffice on this occasion? Should Alexander Ceferin, the man at the top of UEFA, lose his job over this? And all fingers now, fingers of blame being pointed at the French authorities in a big way this morning. Erik Bielderman, a very, very good friend of ours and a top journalist for L'Equipe in France, joins us live. Erik, good morning to you. Can you give me the reaction in France this morning to the findings of this review?
Good morning to you. It's a bit low-profile reaction when I mean that it's that we did try at L'Equipe to join the French government, the sports minister, but mainly the police minister, and we don't have had yet any answer or any statement. I think they are very embarrassed, and that they will go on a press release later today. But we feel ashamed. I don't speak as a journalist. I speak as a French citizen. We are ashamed when we read the statement from the independent panel, because even if UEFA is at the top of the organization, then part of the organization was given to the French Football Association, then was given to the French government, the French police, and all the link from the top to the bottom have failed. And to us, the worst is the fact that our police ministers and sports ministers lied and put the responsibility on the English fan with they knew that was not true. And to me, when you just talk about what's going to happen with Ceferin, the boss of the UEFA, we could ask the same question about our police minister, about having lied.
So having lied, will these individuals you've just mentioned to us, Erik, will they lose their jobs?
I don't think they will lose their job, because we are in France. We have another culture, and I would say that it's very unusual and than a politician makes more than apologize and goes to be redundant, to make him redundant. So the fact is, when they say that there was 50,000 false tickets, which explain the problem at the entrance of the stadium, that was absolutely untrue, because the latest statement says it's 1,644, if I do remember it well, false ticket, which is completely different from the allegation. Then when they say that the English fans were causing the trouble, we knew, and everybody knows, that the problem have been caused by local thugs who before the game, during the game, and after went to attack the Real Madrid and Liverpool fans, and
yes.
all of that have been denied for ages.
But Erik, you're a well-respected journalist in France. I know that. You've just said as a French citizen you feel ashamed. In your view, should these people lose their jobs, Erik? They bungled this disastrously.
If I think as a normal citizen, I would say yes. If I talk as an analyzer of the French culture, of the French politics, of the French media, of our own responsibility, we are more lenient, we are more easygoing, we are more forgivable about these things. We have problems at the French FA with the chairman, who is accused at the moment of sexual harassment, and so far he has not been thrown out, and he has not given his resignation. And all the history of French politicians, of French power people, is not about, like in the Anglo-Saxon or Scandinavian behavior or culture, to to assume their responsibility. And we are at the moment in the French politics, at the moment in France, with such big problem about political issues and strikes and rampage in the French Parliament, which it's absolutely shameful. That I would say that the Stade de France shame is behind us, and it's not a front page story.
Goodness me.
Anymore.
I mean, Eric, when you look at it, and I know time's against us here because you have a meeting you're about to go into.
No, it's okay. Come on.
Eric, there was no venue risk assessment. There was no proper event risk assessment or operational plans. It could have led to a disaster.
Yeah. It could have led to a disaster.
What were these people doing?
Of course, it could have led to a disaster because from the original point of view of the French authorities, the threat was the Liverpool fans and the English hooliganism, which is in the mind of people who think like in the 80s or the 90s, and they don't know anything about the sociological evolution of football and the people, the fans of football in England. And they gave to the police the feeling that they have to look at the English fans more than to look at the other side of the French society, which could be and have been responsible of a lot of things. So to me it's a major failure, and also the French Football Association and the UEFA have not given the proper key, because when you have meetings between the French police, the French Football Association, the UEFA, information should have been given that we know that Liverpool fans, they behave, and if there was no dead or if there was no major injury, it's because the Liverpool and the Real Madrid fan have behaved much more better than the UEFA, the French police, and the French authorities.
Eric, I know that you know as well as I do, tens of thousands of Liverpool fans experienced difficulties in accessing the Stade de France for the final against Real Madrid. They'd got their tickets in good faith and they were there to see their team play in the final. They were hoping their team would win the final. They're excited about a major match coming up for their club. And French riot police responded by using tear gas on them indiscriminately. Surely the man who gave that order should be sacked.
The man who gave that order is the police governor of Paris, and this guy has been sacked.
He's gone.
A couple of months ago.
Right.
He's gone.
Right.
But he has not been sacked, or he has been I would say advised to go. I would say it was not only on this matter, but this matter was a crucial point to let him go. But I don't know to say in English this, but when you use someone in the middle of the rank of responsibilities to be sacked, it means that the people above him are under their own protection.
Yes, a scapegoat.
Exactly.
Yeah, scapegoat.
They say it's this guy, so this guy has been sacked. So now the situation is that I do believe that nothing will happen in terms of people taking their responsibility individually.
Eric, just before we go, and I feel that, I want to thank you for joining us. I do hope you appreciate that we have to be quite robust in our questioning.
Sure, you have to.
With you, yeah. There's a message, Eric, just before I go here, that's come in from one of our listeners, Dave. I mean, hundreds of messages coming into Simon and myself here. France should never hold a major European final again. What's your take on that, Eric? Especially in the knowledge that you've got, you're the venue for the next Olympics.
Yeah, I can say that we are the venue of the next Olympics in Paris. We are the venue of the next Rugby World Cup all over France and also in Paris. So we know that all the world, and mainly the Brits, will be watching at the way the World Cup is held, at the way the Olympics are held. And of course, we know that we are under pressure. We know also that in the past we have had several organizations of big events, and these organizations went well, like the Euro 2016. We can say that it was okay. So I don't accept the idea that forever we won't be eligible to organize a Champions League final. Because if we do think so, please don't organize the World Cup of Rugby, don't organize the Olympics in Paris, and don't organize anything anymore in any country which have had a problem. When in England there was the Hillsborough disaster, when there was at the Rangers 40 years ago a big mass trauma. It doesn't mean that forever this organization and the police is unforgettable. That doesn't make sense.
Erik Bielderman of L'Equipe, thank you so much for joining us.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.